ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a trailer reaction podcast video. I'm being joined by Micah Brook and Isaac Krause, good friends of mine.
Yes, you are joined by us.
Yeah, thanks guys for joining me today. This is really exciting. Look at us all being on a podcast.
Yeah,
it's going to be good.
So what'd you think of Ghostbusters trailer?
I didn't watch it. No, I didn't.
Can we talk about a different movie?
So I wanted to talk about Ghostbusters for a couple of reasons. I haven't seen an audience divided on a trailer like that in a long time.
A lot of sexists in this world.
Yeah, I think, I was talking about this earlier. A lot of us, are kind of in the industry. We're reading about these things,
Sure.
so we knew well in advance that the movie was going to have an all-female cast coming out. But general America, I think it was a bit of a shocker to find out that Ghostbusters was being replaced by all women.
Yeah.
Movie's directed by Paul Feig, who did, of course, Bridesmaids, which was a really funny movie.
Funny.
So I feel like it's in competent hands in terms of a comedy vehicle. But there's a lot of speculation about, is this a sequel? Is this a reboot? And, I have my theories about, some of these things, but I was kind of wondering what your guys' reaction was to the new movie.
Well, going back to the point about the divisiveness, I mean, how much of that do you think is actually from sexism versus tonally? Was that why people are so divided, or is it more creative choices around tone, or
is it too scary to try to put something in the same world because there's such high expectations for Ghostbusters? It's almost like you have to do it completely different to make it okay.
I feel like the window for the sequel that everyone would have liked to have seen with Harold Ramis and Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd in shape and
going in the early 90s.
Yeah, that window closed.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is actually a really interesting option, considering that we're this far away from. I mean, really, the franchise is a video game merchandise. Vehicle at this point.
Which the video game did take a sequel approach to it.
That's
right.
Just
extended the story.
And it had all the voices. Before Ramis died, he was able to do
and of course,
Egon.
The door was completely closed after Ramis died, but up to that point, you could still kind of come up with the whole, these guys are completely old and out of shape, and then, there just hasn't been any ghosts for a long time, and everybody just kind of forgot about them, and they're just kind of living their own kind of crappy lives, and then all of a sudden something big happens, they have to come back together, and kind of the Rocky story a little bit, getting back into shape, and
you can see it
being
being
just
done.
be a bunch of old man jokes.
Yeah, it would be.
We're too old for this shit.
Yeah.
But it was really, at the end of the day, right? I mean, they were trying to do that, but it was Bill Murray who was sticking up for it.
There was this weird background between Bill Murray and Ramis about them not getting along, and after Groundhog's Day, they were just they wanted to break ties.
Yeah, it's interesting because Groundhog Day was probably one of the strongest Harold Ramis movies post Ghostbusters of his career.
Incredible movie.
But yeah, I think the whole Bill Murray thing was ongoing for a really long time, and then of course you had. Him appear in the video game finally, which was interesting.
Yeah.
And on the IMDb page for the 2016 movie, you have all of the surviving cast, the main players, present without their character names, which is weird. So it's Sigourney Weaver, it's Ernie Hudson, Dan Aykroyd. They're all there.
Yeah.
And apparently they're all going to be in the movie in some capacity. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I started to speculate on what's this going to be about? And one of the theories I came up with was that it's an alternate reality, or it's an alternate parallel dimension storyline where they're going to realize that they need their help. And there's a couple reasons that may validate this theory. In the sequence where they're downtown New York, Times Square has Taxi Driver posters, and Tommy, the musical. So for some reason, it's 1970.
But the cars and everything it's happening modern day though.
Yeah, but why would
you have these?
Why would Times Square be from the 70s? So they just it makes you wonder if they're going to include some storyline about time shifting, and if that's a component, then why not alternate dimension stuff? Because if you ever watch the cartoons, which was actually a pretty decent extension of the Ghostbusters mythology, they go into crazy science fiction, the whole gamut of sci-fi.
Well, there's crazy science behind the capturing of these ghosts and the proton packs and all this.
Yeah.
They even talk about if we're not careful, we'll kind of destroy the universe.
Yeah, and listen, it wouldn't be the first time that my like excitement has made me speculate about something that's going to ultimately be a letdown when I see the movie, like some parallel dimension, like storyline that's going to be really cool.
So do you think at the end of the movie they'll get together with Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd from that universe? So it's universes merging.
That's what I would think. Like they need to work with
together.
the other universe to like defeat the ultimate villain. I mean, that could be really cool. I don't know.
Could be. Yeah. Well, even going back to the other theory where it's just like attempt number 2, or like the remake kind of approach, not like connected in that alternate universe way. It's not like the first time that this has happened.
Oh yeah.
You look at just look at Star Wars now. Star Wars is like, here's the formula from the original. Let's just take that same formula, update it a little bit, kind of build off of it, and then kind of do it again.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you go back to like Evil Dead 2. It's just like, okay, it worked really great. Let's like push it farther in another direction where people really liked it, and let's just do it a second time, pretend like the first one didn't exist.
Exactly.
And that's kind of what I'm getting that feeling from this.
Also, to keep in mind that this is Sony Pictures, and they are responsible for some of the most unnecessary remakes.
Totally.
That
Spider-Man,
you can think of.
just that didn't work out. Let's try again. Oh yeah, Total Recall.
RoboCop.
Oh god, yeah.
Pointless.
Just love to ruin our childhood, don't they?
A less quality product.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's way safer to just do a remake.
Yeah, it's really sad.
We'll start up here and ram it down there.
Yeah, there's nothing I saw in the trailer that is like, this is really bringing something new to the genre or to the brand. I never got that impression.
Yeah, other than it being
this
female.
has something new to say, which
CGI now.
Sure, but and they're great actresses, but I don't know. At the end of the day, you're just catching ghosts. I don't know if the female perspective in catching ghosts is that much different from a male perspective.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like it's taking a real shift. I mean, again, like the reaction to the what is it, the hearse?
Yeah.
Yeah. And why it supports my theory is that they're not in any way reacting to it as if the other guys ever existed. It's all happening for the first time. So
you're right. I mean? You're right. There is kind of that first time feeling to it because it's all like starting from scratch.
It doesn't seem to be an awareness.
The ghost from scratch. It's not like they're taking the old equipment and like updating it.
Now, is it the same building though? Because
it is the same building.
It is the same building.
Like the exact same.
Yeah, there's a few things that are very similar. The building, Slimer looks the same.
Yeah, Slimer looks the same, and they're even doing like things that are like obviously like on the same story development. The ghost in the library, it's like right on the same development.
Yep.
And the introduction of the black character is like that you're gonna. That's the formula part that you need to grab from the old movie.
Right, right.
It's like come on.
The token black character.
Yeah, it's just like come on. It was kind of the thing back then, and it's just like now it's just can't you just do better writing,
Yeah.
So who would be the Rick Moranis character?
Tough.
They have Chris Hemsworth in there. What the hell is he doing in there?
Yeah, that seems kind of random.
The most boring generic actor you can possibly find.
Oh,
because he's an attractive male.
Yeah, we got to get this.
He's like the
we got to get this
ideal.
female vote.
Sure.
Well, I'm a fan of the franchise, so I know I'll be there opening night to just check this thing out. Morbid curiosity,
you have
if
to
anything.
see it.
Yeah, I gotta know, what they're planning here.
Yeah, I guess they win if we have to see it, right?
Yeah, but I was thinking maybe we could see how my 3-year-old son Billy reacts to the trailer.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Well, what'd you think, Billy?
Not good.
Well, Ghostbusters 2 is definitely a valid chapter in the saga, and
a lot of people don't give it credit.
Well, when it came out, I think it was a bit of a disappointment. I think expectations were really big, and the movie maybe didn't meet certain expectations. But I thought it's aged well.
Yeah.
It's the most authentic Ghostbusters sequel, similar to like RoboCop 2 is the most authentic. And that one is a similar kind of like glad they did it. On hindsight.
And they brought really interesting things to the table. Obviously the giant walking Statue of Liberty was maybe a little too much, but
I actually loved the negativity goo.
The negativity goo.
It was kind of cool.
That's because New York at the time was just like. It was just a hateful place. It seemed like. And
at the time.
At the time, well, now not so much.
Well, I couldn't help but feel like the response to the new Ghostbusters trailer was entrenched in a lot of that like negativity slime that's like all over it.
That's probably the problem.
Yeah, and I feel like there's an opportunity there to write it off like
just
that.
To have it crack away like a giant eggshell. Right?
Yeah.
Well, whatever you want.
Would you guys want to throw on some proton packs maybe and go fight ghosts?
Sure, you want me to make some proton packs?
Let's gear up.
Yeah, we got this!
Yeah.
For girls!
Alright guys, great job. Hey, I'd really like to thank you for your participation.
We're all gonna retire now. After making $1 billion.
And they don't hire me to do the big budget movies for some reason. I don't know why.
Alright. Now we got a movie.